everyone gets from point A to point G differently. But as long as you can get to the finish I'm showing, because we're all built differently, we all have different mobility, we all move differently. So as long as you can get to the end, however you get there, so that's kind of my philosophy.
You guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Grappling Monthly Podcast. I'm very excited to be out here in beautiful San Diego with the captain himself, Captain Harlan Berk.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
It's an honor.
You guys should shake this man's hand. It's like a bear paw. That's my hand just disappeared.
30 years of throwing fish around.
Yeah. I want to get into that actually because I want to learn a little bit about some fishing off the coast.
We can make that happen.
So we were chatting, as I was setting up, and we actually met when you came to Northridge. You popped in, and here I am, brown belt at the time, just kind of getting ready to teach a class. I had just gotten back into teaching, and here comes this man with this like raggedy, like black belt that's seen some stuff, and I'm
Been beat up a lot.
I go, what the hell am I going to possibly show this man that he hasn't already seen 10 times over? It ended up being a super fun exchange, and I was really glad that you're there because now I have a nifty Kimura armbar set up that I didn't before. So I ended up learning from you.
My philosophy is you can always learn from someone. Like a choke I learned, she was a white belt.
Nice.
And she showed a choke variation, but she was a black belt in judo. And I was like, I've never seen this variation before.
There we go.
So I'm open to learning from whoever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that white belt mentality. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You green and growing or ripe and rotting.
I'm fighting the ripe and rotten every day.
As we get older, the rotting comes faster.
Yeah. So tell me, I don't actually know how you guys started in jiu-jitsu.
It's a funny story. I was actually thinking about that on the way over. Worked on fishing boats throughout college, after college. And we were headed to the fuel dock. We had to do some fuel tank repairs. And we're at the fuel dock for like 6 hours. And one of the workers there, who I've known forever, he's like, I just got my blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You guys should come try it. The owner of the boat, he was a second-degree black belt in Aikido, taught knife fighting to special forces guys.
Okay.
So, big athletic guys. And I remember my first class, December of 2001, a guy about 145 pounds beat the living crap out of me, was on me like a spider monkey. Yep. Like I was fending stuff off. Like I remember I walked up to the owner of the school, Odi Neto, who was extremely popular back at that time, and handed him a wad of cash for 6 months. I'm like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Nice.
And so December will be 25 years of training.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's hard to believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Time flies.
And it's my drug of choice. It's how I keep my sanity, how I stay in shape. Some of my best friends in the world, we try killing each other on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
The community it's become has been amazing.
Yeah, 2001, that community would have been a great deal smaller at the time, right?
I think there were either 4 or 5 schools in San Diego back then.
Wow, okay.
And now I think we're almost 180.
That's wild, because San Diego's not even all that big, right?
Yeah, I think we're 7 million people, give or take.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it though, because every time you see the competition, doesn't matter if it's IBJJF or some of the no-gi competitions, there's always somebody or a whole school from San Diego there.
Yes.
Right? And if it's not 10th Planet, then it's Alliance. If it's not the big schools, if they're smaller schools.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
It's incredible. Like, you go out and you see, look at someone, oh, okay, that guy's got messed up ears.
Yeah.
Or wearing a jiu-jitsu t-shirt. It's hard not to run into in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I wonder what it is about San Diego. Is it the weather, you think? Or?
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, fair enough. I was always curious because I know there's a lot of people, a lot of Brazilians that have set up in Florida, and that to me makes sense because it's on the Atlantic.
Right.
It's a hell of a lot closer to Brazil.
We have better surf.
See, now we're starting to get to the source
Yes.
of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I actually lived in Recife in the Northeast for a little bit, and around there is exceptional surf and
very good fishing too for big marlin.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out Bad Company.
Okay. Very cool. So 2001, a 140 pounder was able to,
Annihilate me.
That is, can guarantee you, that is no longer the case.
I don't know.
Depending on the 140 pound.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruno Malfacini maybe, but
I'd love to. I'm up for a challenge.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'll roll with anyone. I don't care. I still have a little bit of an ego, as all of us do, but yeah.
So how did you? How did training go for you? Like, did it become just this obsession that you just focused a lot of time on, or was it just over the course of many years?
It was interesting because a few years before, I'd just been diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis and fibromyalgia and constant pain, and everything I did hurt. And everyone's like, you can't do this martial art. And you're like, I remember at the end of class, I'd be sitting in my car just shaking. It'd take me a half hour just to start my car and leave.
Really, huh?
People are like, you're never going to last doing this. And everyone who said that, they're not in the game, and I still am.
There we go.
Yeah. So perseverance, like proving people wrong, saying I couldn't do it. And I remember the first black belt I saw outside of my professor was a guy named Jeff Higgs. If you're an old school person, you know who Jeff is, and absolute animal and special forces guy, fought all over the world, he's done some crazy stuff, but incredible jiu-jitsu black belt under Fabio Santos, another legend here in San Diego. Yes. So, like back then, if you saw a purple or a blue belt, you were like, oh my God, because we were all white belts. We had a bunch of the Lions Den guys from Shamrock School coming and cross-training with us. So it was a different time back then.
Well, I've heard that analogy actually a few times now. Like when the Gracie Garage originally set up in Torrance, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't really, outside of that initial dozen that became black belts, there really weren't any black belts unless they were straight from Brazil.
Exactly.
And then in Canada, where I'm from, around Ottawa and Montreal, is exactly the same. Like they had to go to, people from Ottawa, Gatineau had to go to Montreal, Toronto, and even then, New York had a little bit more of a scene, and it took a lot of years for it to develop to the point.
Do you know Rodrigo Mandaruca?
I do, actually.
Good friend of mine.
Nice.
Love that guy. Probably one of the most technical big men I've ever trained with. Just sneaky. Thank God he's not a mean guy, because it would not be fun.
He was in Winnipeg, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, had, I think, the largest school in Winnipeg.
Yeah, and his brother is the owner of King's Kimonos, right? Bruno, yes. Shout out to Bruno. I'm going to get you on the podcast one of these days.
Tell him I'll take care of him if he doesn't.
There we go.
Yes.
Well, you guys roll on a regular basis.
I actually quasi got sponsored. I've been with Kings now, I think, 12 years.
Okay, nice.
I used to wear Monto. I love them. I won Master Worlds. My first year at black belt, I lost in the finals to Jucon.
Okay.
Absolute legend. The guy was a black belt twice as long as I'd been training. I fought Adolfo Vieira at Adult Worlds.
Nice.
And then I lost in the finals at the third Master Worlds here in the States. And so I emailed Monto. I'm like, hey, here's pictures, me actually doing cool stuff in your gis, and no response. And Rodrigo was training with us at Baroom, and that's how I met him. And he's like, let me talk to my brother Bruno. And I've been with Kings ever since. Love their gis. Not biased just because I wear them. I think they're the best gis on the market.
There you go. Yeah. Very cool. It is a small community after all, eh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's funny because it's global, right? And it's a lot. So I used to do capoeira, right? Which is even smaller of a community.
Oh, yeah.
But even so, you could go to most cities and find somebody or a school or a couple schools even, depending, right, of people that also did this crazy thing. And then here's another crazy thing, jiu-jitsu. It's considerably bigger, but still, you can't really throw a rock in San Diego without hitting somebody that does jiu-jitsu.
Even a little pebble. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the biggest explosion in jiu-jitsu are the kids.
Yeah.
What these kids can do, like,
Yeah.
I watched an 8-year-old gray belt who's the child of a very famous person here in Southern California doing stuff. And I'm like, no way in hell I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, just his chain of putting moves together. And I was like, and then I watched a green belt from that same school compete, 15-year-old green belt competing at adult, and his coach coaching him. Didn't have to coach. He just filmed. Kid had his system. He just ran through and just annihilated everyone. Man. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I remember when Mika Galvo and Diego came to San Diego as 15-year-old green belts and got to roll with them. And I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
At 15 years of age, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But,
well, you figure now, a lot of these kids, by the time they're 18, they have 15 years of training.
Yeah. Yeah, by the time there's a juvenile blue belt, they're basically a black belt, but just not an adult yet.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah. I gotta hope that there's still a space for, you know, like I started when I was 27, which isn't even all that bad. But yeah, of course, you know, everybody will say, I'm sure you would say, like, oh, I would have loved to start younger, right? But
yeah,
there's got to be a space for us.
Sure.
I hope. Anyways, that's, you know,
I was
in the sport.
I think I was 33, 34 when I started.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't around.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, despite that, however, you know, you ended up by chance or for whatever reason living in one of the meccas of jiu-jitsu outside of Brazil.
Yeah, for sure.
Did that become apparent to you at some point where like other cities really didn't have the same, like even New York didn't have the same level?
When I started competing and I started seeing stuff, I was like, where it really hit me was my first tournament at black belt was Pan Am's.
Nice.
I was terrified because I'd never been back then. Black belt Sunday, where they had, instead of had 2 rows of mats, they had 5 mats.
Okay.
The center match where they held all the finals, and I was on the center mat, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here?
Nice.
And I'm in the bullpen and I'm talking to my opponent. He was a 2nd degree and I'd been a black belt like 4 months.
Okay.
And he's like, we start talking and he's like, yeah, if I want to train with another black belt, I have to drive 2.5, 3 hours. He had his own school in the Midwest.
Really? Yeah.
And I'm like, it's rare that there's less than 3 black belts in a class that I attend.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like,
yeah.
Oh, wow, we're pretty fortunate.
Yeah.
And then hearing stories from people meeting and, oh, yeah, you know, we have a black belt show up every other month to teach.
Yeah.
And, you know, school's run by a brown belt or a purple belt.
Yeah.
So I've been very, very fortunate and people have been very giving of information to me. And because of, I was with Alfredo Barum from blue belt through my black belt and everyone loves Alfredo. If you know Alfredo, he's one of the nicest guys in the world that I've got to train with some of the best people in the world. So I consider myself unbelievably fortunate for the journey I've had.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny because I'm a little undecided as to what the ideal scenario, and maybe it just depends on the person, because you have, like, as you're describing, you know, this environment where diamonds are being created by pressure of like so many skilled competitors in one space. And then you have, you know, somebody like Mika Galvão, for example, has gone on record saying that for his Grand Slam run, he was training with orange, green, and juvenile blue belt, you know, and so not going head to head with his peers on a regular basis. So,
well, that goes back to Hodger, where he had just opened his school and was training with white and blue belts.
Right.
And, you know, the greatest of all time.
Yeah. So how, so I'm sure at this point, like, it's not uncommon for you to walk into a room and to be the most advanced person there.
Oh, God, no. Not where I train now. No. Oh, God, no.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll scrap that question.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? Actually, let me ask you, because when you did come to Northridge, you were definitely by far the most skilled.
Well, it was just you and I.
Yes, exactly. So by far. And how do you manage in that kind of context to still get something out of that exchange? Like,
Just because you never know what you can learn. Everyone has different lineage, and my thing about jiu-jitsu when I'm teaching is I say everyone gets from point A to point G differently. But as long as you can get to the finish I'm showing, because we're all built differently, we all have different mobility, we all move differently. So as long as you can get to the end, however you get there, so that's kind of my philosophy. I'm like, I tell people my jiu-jitsu's horrible, but I have amazing details.
okay.
Like, can you ask me to teach you Berimbolo? God, no.
Yeah.
But I can watch you do and go, oh, if you do this or this, it will improve it. So I think that's where I excel in the jiu-jitsu game.
Nice. Why do you think that is? Is that just exposure, time on the mat, or?
I think it's how people's brain works. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
the way I have to learn a new technique is I have to have the technique done to me so I can figure out the defense to it, to reverse engineer it to see how it works. Like, my brain's all messed up.
No, fair enough. Actually, a good friend of mine back home is Chris Rossi. He's a exceptional black belt, and he reverse engineers everything. So
Yeah.
whereas I have to like forward engineer. I need to learn all the steps, and then then eventually I'll make it my own over the course of time.
Exactly. And that's when I'm teaching and I tell people, if you want to videotape, if you want to write notes, whatever it takes for you to learn, because we all learn differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I'm not saying that's missing in jiu-jitsu, but that's my philosophy. Like, I don't care if someone videotapes me doing something.
Yeah.
If they can watch me do a move I like doing and then beat me with that move, more power to you.
Nice. Yeah.
Just shows how effective that move is.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you did to me.
Well, you're forced to then learn the defense to it. And,
Exactly.
Or develop something new out of it. So
Yes.
Nice. So that brings up another question. From 2001 to 2026 now, have you seen any drastic differences in the way that a class is taught, or does it depend on the school?
I think it depends on the school.
Yeah.
Like, my philosophy has changed being I've got to, like, I was teaching at the UFC here in Point Loma for a while.
Okay.
And I was teaching the nighttime competition class.
Nice.
And for me, like, if I train that hard at night, it takes me 4 or 5 hours to wind down. So what I started doing is I would have everyone lay down after class, open their gis up, turn the lights off, soft music, and do guided meditation.
Okay.
And then 5 minutes, 7 minutes of yoga stretching.
Okay, nice.
And everyone was like, I went home, I ate, I took a shower, and went right to bed.
Nice. Yeah.
So, and we actually had a couple of people visiting who were MMA fighters from Russia, and they came up to me. They're like, that's the best class I've ever been to.
Really?
So I was like, okay, maybe I'm onto something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And, you get to find your path. I'm not saying my path's the right path for everyone, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely, what you said does resonate with me in terms of being wired after
it's
and it can be a great class and you feel great. And then I'll, for example, be in front of the computer when I get home for 2.5 hours.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's midnight or past. And it's just then that snowballs into just.
Exactly. Yeah. Calms the nervous system down.
Yeah. Alberto Crane actually is a big proponent of TacFit. And he uses a TacFit inspired cool down at the end of his classes so that the lunch class, it's usually, given, depending on how much time there's left, it's a couple minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, but it's the same concept, right?
Yeah.
You're just kind of relaxing and having that time to breathe and kind of calm the nervous system down.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. It's funny because I'm not saying Alberto and I are on a similar path, but we both jiu-jitsu black belts who've done emotional intelligence programs.
Right.
And kind of implemented that into our training and teaching.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about, nowadays you hear a lot of eco and constraints-led approaches and different labels for what seems like stuff that's been around for a while anyway.
What's old is new. What's new is old.
Right? That's the feeling that I get, to be quite honest. I don't want to, necessarily not dumb it down, but I don't want to oversimplify something that there might be more to it. I might not just not be aware of it. But what's a typical class for you? You're teaching.
When I'm teaching, I do a different style warm up.
Okay.
Like what I'll do, we'll start grip exchange, nice and light. Do squats, push-ups, planks, and then kind of ramp up as we go. And I'll do like 15 minutes of that.
Nice.
And then I'll go into technique. So that way I like my students tired when I go into technique.
Yeah.
So that way they can't use their strength.
Right.
And they're fresh. Like people hate my warm up, but then when they go to compete, they're like I had a student at UFC, he was 52, blue belt. He's like, your class is harder than the tournament.
Really?
I'm like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Bleed during training, not on the tournament. Like he subbed his first guy in like a minute.
Nice.
And the person at the desk, it was Jiu-Jitsu World League, a friend of mine, a very well-known black belt here in San Diego. She's amazing. Hi, Z. And she's like, you got 5 minutes. He's like, no, I'm ready to go. Let's go now. She's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm good. It was an easy match. Let's go.
Nice.
And turned right around and won in the finals. So
there we go.
Yeah. And he's just like, that was easy.
Cool.
He's like, your class is hard. This is easy.
So then the technique portion, do you use different approaches? Like, do you have like specific training?
My philosophy when I teach, I don't like showing too much.
Okay.
Like I'll pick one thing and I'll show that technique and then I'll show the defense to it.
Right.
So I try to keep it simple and basic.
Nice.
Like, because some people get overwhelmed and most people today, their attention span is low. I think everyone's ADD these days due to social media. So I try to keep it simple and basic.
I'm contemplating cutting this interview into several small clips so that people will digest it.
It definitely becomes more effective that way. Yeah.
It's interesting because, I've also been guilty of, you're staying after class, you wrapped up and everybody's just kind of hanging around. And then one person asks a question and I happen to know the answer. And then I'm like, oh, but then this. And then, but then this.
Yes.
And because you're excited, you love it, right? And at one point you get that kind of glazed look where they're just like, nothing is coming
They're tuned out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing else is going in for the rest of the day.
Which happens a lot today. Yeah.
Well, actually, I remember I told my teacher back in Ottawa at one point, I was like, it's too much. I am not absorbing anything anymore at one point. And,
props for you for standing up and saying, hey.
Yeah.
Because most people wouldn't have the intestinal fortitude to say, this is too much. I can't learn anymore.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I wish I could just plug in and say, oh, I know Kung Fu. But
the Matrix. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But sadly, we're not wired that way yet.
Not yet.
Maybe in a few more years.
Oh, jeez, yeah. We can touch on AI in a second, but I do appreciate the few videos I've seen on Instagram of people saying like, oh, AI is coming for your job. And it's somebody either washing dishes or teaching a kid's class or something like that. And I say, when? Not soon enough.
Yeah.
So I think we have some job security as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, teaching kids is a difficult task. Because I've seen a lot of places, not where I'm at currently, but where places I've been, where parents have kids with emotional issues and they throw them in jiu-jitsu as like babysitting.
Right.
And
babysitting therapy at the same time.
Yeah, and the kids distract from all the other kids. And, how often does a professor teaching kids class get an assistant or two?
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with a problem child who's shouldn't be in that class. Maybe if you had specific classes for kids on the spectrum or with ADD, it would be more beneficial for them and everyone else. But
so a colleague of mine, she ran a summer camp. It was only a week, right? conjunction with a bunch of other businesses around their school. And one of the children was like, I want to say they were nonverbal autistic, like really, really needed somebody to be there to accompany them throughout the whole thing. And the parents just left the child there. And that first day, was impossible. It was a complete write-off. And so they had to talk to the parents, right? And just say, I'm so sorry, but like we can't accommodate unless they have somebody that can stay with them the whole time.
For sure.
Otherwise, all the other kids are just like, they don't understand what's happening. And anyways, so I can see that, like, but on the other side of that, I've seen, classes with, I think, maybe 5 or 6 blue belts as assistant coaches, kind of wrangling the children and helping. And making sure they don't bump into each other and stuff.
Heel hook each other.
Right.
Because they saw something on YouTube.
Oh, my God, yeah. Speaking of which, so this is something that, I think is depends on when you started and whether you're more gi or no gi, or maybe not. But leg locks came about at one point, right? Like, I correct me if I'm wrong, but when you started, Jiu-Jitsu may not have been quite all about leg locks at that point.
I remember learning a heel hook as a white belt.
Okay, well then, there we go.
Because
I stand corrected.
My first professor, Odie, was more of a no-gi guy.
Okay.
So, and, being we were cross-training with the Lion's Den guys, who were doing a lot of MMA.
Fair enough.
And I remember my introduction in the gi to leg locks, courtesy of Joel Tudor.
Okay, I've heard that name, yeah.
Yes, Joel's incredible. I never competed at white or blue belt because this is my own messed up thinking is if I lost, I would embarrass my professor.
Oh, really?
So I was kind of afraid and I didn't want to embarrass my professor. And then when I went to Alfredo, he's like, if you want to compete, I don't care if you win or lose as long as you try.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
And Joel one day took a liking to me and he's like, are you going to start competing? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you have to learn the footlock game because if masters play it, they play it wrong. So
there you go.
I remember my first tournament after working with Joel, straight ankles, and a guy at the finals of the U.S. Nationals back when it was in L.A. went for a straight ankle, and he started alligator rolling, and I'm like, so I roll with him, and I hear Joel Tudor from the sidelines, if you tap to that shit, I'm going to punch you in the face. On the third roll, his foot came up. I locked it.
Yeah.
The guy screamed. The end of the match. Joel was more excited than I was. I was like, okay.
There we go.
So I've kind of been known as a footlock guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I was just at Worlds as a spectator, naturally. Definitely not in the black belt adult division.
Yes.
And the number of people that I saw limp off the mat with definitely torn something or other around their ankles.
Oh, yeah.
Just willing to give it up, right? Like stuck in 50-50, maybe no way out, and then just willing to let it break. I couldn't believe it. I said, that should not hurt. Like,
yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, I had a super fight at Subversive last week.
Yeah.
Amazing organization, travels around. And my competitor and I were messaging a little bit. And I'm like, hey, I got to go to work next week. I know you got to go to work. I'm not going to rip a heel hook or some crazy Z-lock to try to hurt you.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you.
Nice.
So, we went hard. We tried beating each other, but we didn't try injuring each other. I think that's a little bit of the difference with the masters.
Right.
Especially, maybe if there was 25 grand cash on the line, okay.
Yeah.
We'll let it go.
Yeah,
but, we're out there to have fun, hopefully put on an entertaining show. So you get to set your parameters and priorities.
So, okay. So let me ask you this then, because I'm always curious, right, from the competitive standpoint, especially with the no-gi competitions that we see nowadays, right? We're seeing more of them. They're more spectator friendly because there's more movement. It's a little bit more exciting to watch, right?
For some people.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, like if perhaps the uninitiated, right, see a blast double, that's amazing, right? Or they see somebody invert into something. It's impressive to see. I would argue more so than the gi, since, if, for example, if you're on top position, well, you're not in my weight class, thankfully. But if you're in top position and we're in the gi and you don't want me to move, well, guess what? I'm not moving. I'm stuck.
But it's the same for no-gi.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you have good technique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I still feel like you can maybe like get away with a little bit more in no-gi in terms of maybe get out of a position you would have otherwise been stuck.
Lubed up like a Diddy party.
Maybe that's the secret. Yeah, I've been doing it wrong all this time. Yeah. I'm also Greek Armenian, so there's a lot of hair, right? Like I wouldn't last in a race and or swimming or anything like that. I'd have to.
You got to wear the full length rash guard.
But so I guess my question is basically, if you're approaching competition, with so much emphasis on it being entertaining, right? How do you balance showing up for that fight? Because it's you. At the end of the day, nobody else is going to be on the mat. It's going to be you and your opponent, right? But if you're looking to do this on a regular basis and be invited back and be lauded by the fans as an exciting competitor, you gotta kind of throw caution to the wind to a certain extent.
For sure.
So is there a balance there? And like what?
I think it depends. The balance comes, where are you competing? Are you doing super fights, subversive, fight to win, UFC, BJJ, ADCC, where they want to show. IBJJF, it's a game of inches where you make one little mistake, your opponent can get an advantage and win.
Yeah.
May not be the most exciting fight, but you have to play. If you're competing at IBJJF at the highest levels, you have to play the points game and be smart about it.
Yeah.
So whereas, you got a super fight at subversive or fight to win, gi or no gi, go out there and put on a show.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good advice. So it kind of depends on the competition, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. And what are you looking to get out of it? Are you out there to challenge yourself?
Yeah.
Make a name for yourself? Make this your career? Or you're an old, broken guy like me that just wants to go out and prove still has a little bit left in the tank and likes having fun?
Yeah.
So
nice.
I think that's the determination.
That's a healthy approach, I think.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wondered because I haven't competed all that much. I haven't competed at black belt. Sometimes I look.
Did you get your black belt?
I did. Yes.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you very much. Yeah,
amazing.
Stick around long enough, they got no choice.
yeah, exactly.
But actually, that's not true. They always have a choice. But I look at the bracket in the Masters. I'd be Masters 3, I think now. I'm 45, so whatever that is. Yeah. There's some pretty, ex-world champion Masters 3 out there. I'm like, I have no business being on the same mat as you.
But that's the beauty of being a black belt and going and compete.
Yeah.
You get to basically play one-on-one with Michael Jordan.
Yeah. That's
how many people in doing something they love, they get to face at one point people who are the best in the world.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's my own, not wanting to become somebody's highlight reel, but
we all become that.
Yeah.
Unless you're Michael Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Hodger, or all the top stars today. Yeah.
I was asking the professor that I train with, Anthony. Tynan was about to fight, and I was like, "Wait, what weight class is he?" And he looks at me. He's like, "He's in your weight class, buddy." And I looked at myself, and I looked at him, I'm like, no, he's not in my weight class. There's no freaking way. But yeah, it's a different animal at that point.
Oh, yeah. Adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, Worlds is completely different animal.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about his run, not only was it incredibly short, but it was submissions. It was passing the guard, attacking the back, and securing the choke.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't get more jiu-jitsu than that. Right? Like, I think Roger went on a podcast recently and talked about fundamentals of jiu-jitsu and, dominating the other person.
Yep.
And either mount or back and submitting them, it being the fundamental purpose of the art. Right?
Yeah.
And then it kind of makes you wonder when you have, like an elaborate technique of 15 steps to then achieve the same goal, whereas Hodger had his whole career basically like,
White belt jiu-jitsu perfected.
yeah.
Same with Marcio Corletta, who now has a school here
Yeah.
in San Diego, former adult world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two guys, they're about the same height. Marcio's a little bit heavier, but their jiu-jitsu is white belt jiu-jitsu perfected.
So where do you fall on the spectrum of fancy to fundamental?
I'm all over the spectrum. Like,
Yeah. You
come-
trained with Eduardo Tellez too, did you not?
Yes,
That's right.
I was with Tellez.
The Turtle Master.
Yeah. I have very unusual jiu-jitsu. I'm not saying I invented a few things, but
Nice.
people are like, where'd you come up with that? I'm like, one day I was in a triangle and I came up with something how to armbar people from inside their triangle.
Okay.
And I just do weird, different stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, they call it dirty old man jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Yeah. Fair
Or
enough.
they're just like, what are you doing now? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm kind of flexible for an old guy, so I can
Yeah.
do some weird stuff. And
Nice. That's funny because I do remember. So we rolled lightly, and I do remember you moving in an octopus guard type of way, where I was like, I didn't want to settle my weight on you at any point in time because I felt like I'm gonna be flipped over like a taco, like you know.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if it's because I'm a fisherman, but I put myself in bad positions to get advantages
okay.
because I do weird stuff.
Why does that have anything to do with being a fisherman? Because I am the furthest thing from a fisherman. So
Because
explain.
we use bait.
It was right in front of me the whole time.
Exactly, yes. Maybe that's what you need to work on your fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really funny. The is there any other like correlations that you find between fishing and jiu-jitsu?
Patience.
Yeah.
Yep. And like when I'm running a boat and I have 30 people on the boat, I want to be the number one guy. I want to catch more fish than the 40 other boats out there.
Okay, all right.
So there
Small
is
competitive streak, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, no one really likes losing.
This is true.
But then at the end of the day, maybe I didn't catch as many fish as another boat, and then I translate to like when I teach, did my students still learn something and have a good time?
Yeah.
So there's kind of that little bit of a correlation.
Nice.
Like I want to be the number one guy. I want my students to be number one, but that can't always happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you own your own boat?
I used to. I lost it in the recession. Now I drive other people's boats or fancy yachts, and
Nice.
yeah.
So you must know the waters around here really well.
Yes, I've been. This summer will be 40 years here in San Diego, and 38 of those working on boats.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
No wonder you got the grip of a gorilla. Or well, sharks don't really have grips, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Any experiences in terms of like that whole career where you're like jiu-jitsu came in handy? Because I'm always curious about applications of jiu-jitsu outside of the mat.
Yeah, developing patience.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
for sure. Like, because in the real world, things don't always go as you want.
I'll say.
And like when I lost my business and like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I turned to jiu-jitsu, and
Nice.
I basically crammed 4 years of being a brown belt into 2. I trained 7 days a week.
Nice.
At least 3 of those days, I trained twice a day. I would go visit other schools. And I think that was a huge turning point in my game, was going and visiting other schools.
Yeah.
Because if you train at one school, everyone knows your game and you know everyone's game.
Yeah.
When you have to go visit other people and you don't know them, they don't know you.
Nice.
Does your technique work?
Yeah.
Or does it not?
Very cool.
So I always preach to my students, go visit other schools, go to open mats, train with different people.
Nice.
Yeah,
I find that to be a healthy approach. I got to be honest with you.
for sure.
As opposed to, I think you've probably encountered, I'm sure, throughout your years in jiu-jitsu, the opposite point of view, right? Which is you're betraying us, and you're showing other people our technique, our secrets, and stuff like that.
Well, kind of funny. Like when I was with Alfredo Barum, I got my brown belt. He's like, I want you to teach every Wednesday. So as a brown belt, I had my own class. So I started teaching, and like, I think teaching is incredible. It helps your jiu-jitsu more than you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, Alfredo, can I do a Sunday open mat? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, people want to train on Sundays. No one in San Diego does an open mat. He's like, okay.
Nice.
And I would put it on social media. I had a pretty big social media following. I'm like, Sunday open mat, no flags, no politics. We're different branches of the same tree.
There we go.
Let's come train and exchange ideas.
Nice.
And at one point, it was probably the best open mat in the country on Sundays.
Very cool.
And now I think there's 10 or 12 different open mats here in San Diego on Sundays. Yeah. So,
oh man, we should.
I'll take credit for that.
There we go. Yeah. Well, if you ever, is this still going on? Or?
Every Sunday.
Okay.
Barum, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice. So there's a legendary Masters Open mat at Alberto's at 8 a.m. on Sundays.
Oh, really?
So if ever you're in Los Angeles,
yes,
you're formally cordially invited.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see there's a bunch of guys. I'm gonna go ahead and lump us into the same category. Say our age,
Masters.
Although you still have better hair than I do. I mean,
it's all fake.
Must be the salt water.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
The salt water and the sun.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, because so there's some of it is some of the opposite mentality of like
I got a lot of blowback from, I won't name names, but some very legendary people like, why are you doing that? You could see these people in tournaments. And I was like, but we're friends and we like training together. Just because we go to different schools doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to train together.
Yeah. I think it was that previous attitude is probably imported from Brazil because, it's somewhat more clan-like, if you will, right? Like between schools and stuff.
Oh, the rivalries for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is, you were at Worlds, how many schools, huge sections, one school screaming against.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think that from a fan perspective, the most entertaining matches were the ones where you had Alliance and Checkmat or AOJ and Alliance, because their teachers competed against each other and now their students are competing against. So, I get it.
Yeah.
But I also see the other side of the coin, which is it's so healthy to be able to visit your friend or have them visit you, have a safe learning environment where you're still going to try to kill each other, but under the right
circumstances. And then go out to lunch right after.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or get some acai.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends on the group, I guess.
True. Yes.
I actually tease my friends at Legacy because particularly the ones at Glendale, they just love jiu-jitsu. Most of them have pretty damn healthy lives. I can tell you that at their age, I had a less healthy life. And so I tease them that they're actually good for me, right? Like they keep me out of trouble because I also have a little bit of a competitive streak and I don't want to be the easy roll, right? So all right, fine. I guess I will go to bed early. I guess I will, I can pick myself up and do every single round and all this kind of stuff. So maybe I should have met these cats when I was in my 20s. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have listened.
Exactly. Yeah. We were... Youth is wasted on the youth.
Right. Yeah. We have a saying in French. It's si jeunesse savait. No. Si vieillesse pouvait, et jeunesse savait. So it means like if old age could, and if youth knew, right?
Well, that's truth to that.
Yeah. If youth knew what old age knows, but old age can't implement, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You get it.
For sure. Yeah. But I think that's why we keep doing what we do at our age.
Not stubbornness?
There's some of that, but like the joy we get from the art and just like being on the mat as a community.
Yeah.
And the friends we've made.
I was gonna ask actually because, with your skill set, I'm sure you can handle, even the young competitive types that are at blue, purple, brown, coming up the ranks and stuff. But at some stage, at some point, there's going to be a turning point where,
Oh, I've seen glimpses of that the last couple of years. I'm like, oh, this isn't fun.
Yeah. So how do you manage that? How like what's the trick to keeping it fun? Because you referred to having a little bit of ego left, and I just that resonates with me. Like I know what you mean when you say that.
It's like the last few years, I've kind of seen the light at the end of the tunnel. Like
Okay.
I don't want to be the black belt that people are like, yeah, I could really smash him, but I'm not going to out of respect.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know, but it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? Who knows? But yeah, it's a mental game. Like, I can see, you know, the sun is setting.
Yeah.
And I see it.
Interesting.
I definitely want to compete at least once at Master 7, which will be in a couple more years.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So
We have a potential matchup with Megaton, I hope, sometime in the future.
no comment.
No, okay, fair enough. I think it's very cool that you have, you know, that competitive streak, and you're not, you know, because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to give anything away because you don't look it, but at 58, I don't know if I'll still be, you know, have that competitive fire. So
You never know.
yeah,
When you get there, you'll be like, he was right, or no, he wasn't.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
I'm hoping 58 is something like 45, where it doesn't feel like what you thought 58 would be at all.
well, think about when we were kids. Like, someone 30 was old.
Yeah.
Someone almost 60, they should be dead. And like,
Yeah.
you know, here I am still
Yeah.
out on the mat. And it's funny, my professor, Sergio Rios, shout out, sent me a thing. Bernardo Faria posted something about being older and training and taking time off. And
Yeah.
I had to counter because, like, with my arthritis and my fibromyalgia, if I take a day off, I hurt more
Right.
than being on the mat every day because
There
it
you go.
keeps my joints moving and lubricated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, everything's individual.
Yeah. That's funny. I think movement is life, right? Like,
For sure, yeah.
as soon as we stop moving, I see. So my mom is 87. She's had her health issues, but all things considered, she's doing quite well, and thank goodness. But she has excellent mobility, and so, you know, if she drops something, there's no issue for her to bend over and pick it up.
Yep.
She's not, you know, her vision is good, and her I don't know, proprioception, and just her awareness is still sharp, right?
Yeah.
So she's able to bend over, she's able to lift her legs, she's able to climb steps, and doesn't have the cardio that she would have otherwise. But, you know, it's a world of a difference when you see somebody, you know, 20 years her junior have difficulty, you know,
for sure.
pick something up from the ground, for example.
Yep.
Or
A
their
body
children.
in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, my mother's 81. She dropped her keys in her car and went to reach them, and her hand got wedged the other day. Had to call 911 to free her hand.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So with something as brutal as jiu-jitsu is potentially, right? And I'm gonna venture a guess that fishing, at least in the waters that you're fishing in, is also kind of hard on the body.
oh, for sure. It's long hours.
Yeah.
Like these couple of boats I've been working on the last bunch of years, a normal day's 18, 20 hours.
So what's the secret to longevity then in that case? Is it,
I'll use the joke that I use: clean living and dirty women.
okay. Well, you heard it here first. There you go.
Like at the last Master Worlds I did, I was getting ready to go up, and a black belt had just gone right before me. And he's like, "Oh, what are you, Professor? Master 3? He was Brazilian. I'm like, "No, Master 6. He's like, "Master 6? He's like, "No way." He's like, "What's your secret?" And I'm like, "Clean living and dirty women." He just started laughing, shaking his head, and walked away.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say what works for me works for everyone else, but obviously the latest peptides
Right.
for longevity and health and healing, or I take stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all you need to do is go Master Worlds, and
Yeah. It's, yeah.
there's a lot of supplementation.
There's a lot of supplementation.
Yeah, which-
100%. Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, and like off the topic, but on the topic, when baseball had their strike and they had the home run derby where guys were juiced to the gills.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds.
Exactly. And I'm like, that's saved baseball.
Yeah.
I'm like, do people go to watch baseball to see a guy hit a ground ball up the middle and a guy throw the residential speed limit? No, they want to see a guy hit a 500-foot home run and throw 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? You're kind of making me think that baseball is like the IBJJF. Because if you love that game, then you love it. And it's a points, it's a statistics, it's analytics, right? Like it can be, but to somebody who doesn't know, like for example, for my Brazilian friends, when I tried to explain baseball to them, like, how do you watch this for however long?
3.5 hours.
Yeah. Whereas, like the soccer, there's the drama, there's the running up and forth, there's maybe one goal, maybe two, but then there's the red card and a yellow card. There's always some movement, something happening. Whereas in baseball, you'll see like some very, very good, like one of my favorite players, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh.
You might see him and you might not think he's as athletic as he is. He actually is, but, or some others like, what's his name? Alejandro Kirk. Short, stocky, to not say chubby, individual. And you're like, this person is a professional athlete? But lo and behold, it's a game of inches, right? And
exactly, yeah. And you make do with what you have, talent-wise.
Yeah.
And you exploit it, and people try to not let you exploit your talents.
I think we're onto something here because, if it wasn't for that 500-foot home run and those crazy, just, almost cartoonish type characters at one point, baseball was not doing well. And
it was doing horribly.
Yeah.
They went into a strike, and people are like, oh, millionaires mad at billionaires and complaining about playing a game.
Yeah.
When, we're struggling to put food on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, so Jiu-Jitsu doesn't have that issue, right?
No,
there's no...
we're all struggling.
Exactly.
Unless you own one of the top schools.
That's it, so.
Or the IBJJF.
Yeah. I mean, credit where credit is due. Carlos Gracie Jr. is a visionary, right? So
without a doubt.
He's made something. He decided he wanted to make something happen, and here it is. So
yeah, and it's the biggest organization in Jiu-Jitsu in the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I want to respect your time here because I'm sure you got a day full of activities.
No, I have nothing till training at noon.
Nice. That's the risk is always this, right? Like, as we start talking about jiu-jitsu.
It could go on for hours, yeah.
But I do have a lightning round of questions that I like to ask. And then typically I want, if you can share, how do we find you? How do we train with you? Kind of like, where you're located type of thing.
Sure.
So lightning round, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay. The classic, I think, question that's getting asked a little too much nowadays. If you had to choose for the remainder of your training career, Guy, there you go. I knew it. Why is that?
Because being older, I can grab something, a lapel or a collar, and slow down the young, strong, aggressive, athletic people.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Whereas slippery, slimy, they're going to out-athletic me and beat me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even without the same technique.
Yeah. Favorite submission?
Ooh. I think I may go back to my Kimuras.
Nice.
Old school, control, effective.
Nice.
Hit him from anywhere.
Follow-up question. Is Kimura a big man's move or not?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. I'm steadily fighting that stereotype because I really enjoy Kimura, and I'm not exactly a big man by any stretch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
To me, the Kimura Americano is all about getting the shoulder joint at 90 degrees. Mm-hmm. It loses all rotational mobility if you get the joint at 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a big man to do that with proper technique.
Nice. What is your favorite dish?
Ooh, got to be San Diego carne asada burrito.
Nice. Very nice. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Yeah.
Actually, we're sitting outside a coffee shop, and I invented a coffee drink, and they put it on the menu here and named it after me.
There we go.
It's muscle milk steamed with 2 shots of espresso.
Okay.
You get your protein, your caffeine, all in one.
Jesus. Firing on all cylinders after that one.
Oh, yes. It's my daily drink.
There we go. Nice. And we're at Crown Point
Crown Point Coffee.
Crown Point Coffee, yeah. Very good. So then, let's see, follow-up question. I was blank on the questions that I asked. I should write them down. I really should, at my age.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, favorite rule set to compete in? Like, which one do you enjoy the most?
It doesn't matter to me.
No?
Yeah, like, I'm going to play by the rules, whatever the rule set is. Like, I remember a couple of years ago when IBJJF's like, oh, heel hooks and reaping are good for no-gi for brown and black. I'm like, yes. And then the next day they're like, not for masters. I'm like,
God damn it.
yeah, I'm like, okay. But then I did no-gi worlds last December for the first time in 10 years and got my foot broken. I lost a footlock shootout, which made me mad that I lost a footlock shootout.
Yeah, we won't tell Joel Tudor about that one.
No, he would be mad at me for that, for sure.
That's funny. So then let's turn it around, and then as a spectator, what would be your favorite rule set to watch nowadays?
I like all of jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
And I love watching MMA. I've trained with a bunch of people. Recently, I've become friends with Kenny Florian.
Yeah.
And I got to roll with him, and that guy is so technical, and he got on top of me, and he felt like he was 300 pounds. And just like, I appreciate the technical aspect of jiu-jitsu applied to MMA.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And like watching what Damian Maya did.
Oh, that's poetry in motion.
Yeah. And I've got to train with him a couple of times and attend some of his seminars, and just one of the nicest, most humble guys, as most of us are.
Yeah.
Especially the older ones.
Absolutely. It's been beaten into you after a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eventually get it.
Yep.
I didn't like to see him striking quite so much, but boy, whenever he grabbed somebody, was it ever beautiful to see.
Yeah. But, you know, he knew striking wasn't his strong suit. Yeah. So he would use his jiu-jitsu combined with wrestling and be incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that brings me then, and you may have already answered it, but favorite competitor, and it could be MMA, it could be BJJ.
Oof. God, there are so many. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Mike Tyson back in the heyday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what Hoist did, I've actually got to hang out with Hoist a couple of times through David Dunn, because they go fishing, and I'll go have dinner with Hoist, and all we do is talk fishing and hunting.
Really?
Rarely do we talk jiu-jitsu, but yeah. The modern era, like Hodger, even though he's not modern, Bushesha, Lowe.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like, they were kind of, to me, like new school, but old school.
Yeah.
You know, this inversion game that people are playing in the double guard pull. It's not my style, but is it effective?
Yeah.
Yes, and are they incredible at it? Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, I used to do privates with J-Flow.
Yep.
And
he's great too, yeah.
Guy's so knowledgeable, and because we were never really taught stand-up.
Right.
Old school.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm like, well, if I'm going to compete at black belt, I better learn some stand-up.
Yeah.
And I remember I was getting ready to compete at Pan Am's, and my first day at training camp, I popped a rib.
Crap.
So I got like a week of training, and the brackets come out, and my first competitor taught judo at the U.S. Naval Academy. I'm like, I think I'm pulling guard this match.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? I pull guard. I don't care.
Yeah.
Make fun of me.
Yeah. Well, I think at that point, it's strategic decision, right?
For sure,
like, what is the likeliest path for me to have any chance here?
Right.
You know?
Like the guy I faced last weekend fought MMA and a really good wrestler. Why would I try to beat him at what he's much better at than me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and I think I know the answer to this one, but when you're not doing jiu-jitsu, what do you like to do?
It's not much left after doing jiu-jitsu. Some emotional intelligence stuff, coaching. Obviously, the boating thing keeps me pretty busy too.
Yeah.
I much prefer, like I've been doing a lot of bay cruises lately, which is easy,
Nice.
pick the people up, drive them, drop the anchor, let them have fun, take them back to the dock.
Okay.
It's not nearly as exciting as fishing, but a lot easier on the body, and I'm
say.
home in bed at night.
Nice.
So
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
spending time with friends, cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Maybe you could tell us where to find you. So if anybody's coming to San Diego and they want to train with the wizard himself.
Well, no, the real wizard's my professor, Sergio Rios,
Fair enough.
Pichilinga. Probably, in my opinion, and a lot of others, one of the most exciting guys in all of IBJJF. Like last year's Master Worlds, he had 8 matches. 6 of them were highlighted on IBJJF. Like
Nice. Yeah.
the guy is just an absolute wizard. I describe it. It's the worst beating that doesn't hurt.
Nice. Yeah.
It hurts you mentally because you think you have him in a compromised position, and 10 seconds later you're tapping out of nowhere. You're like, I tell this story. It's pretty funny. We were getting ready for Pan Ams, and we were both at 9-9, and that's where I met him with Tellis. And he pulled guard. I went flying armbar. He defended. I went omoplata. He defended. I went triangle. He defended, passed, and spinning armbar on me all in like 20 seconds.
Okay.
I almost started crying. I'm like, there's not one Master 5 guy in the world that would have defended one of those. Let alone all 3 and then submit me. And he just kind of smiled and shook his head. And
Nice.
yeah.
Very cool.
So Rasai Jiu-Jitsu, Kearney Mesa.
Nice. I'll put the link to the whole thing. And then you still do your open mat on Sundays?
It's still at Baroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Baroom Sundays, 10 a.m. on Morena Boulevard.
Nice.
It's like the young jiu-jitsu nerds, for not saying that derogatory, usually go to Legion. The masters, black belts, and higher level people go to Baroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm learning about the San Diego scene. So,
yes.
Yeah. Very cool. Professor
Thank you
Captain,
so much.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking
Thank you for taking the time and allowing me to spread my knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, it's an absolute pleasure. And I'll definitely be visiting.
Yeah.